Hi everybody, welcome to Alicia Dianne Art. I am back and I would love to just welcome you for a second. Thank you and happy Friday. Thanks for being here with me. I'm just grateful and appreciative. I'm Alicia, of course, and this is Studying the Masters. So today we're going to continue in our series Studying the Masters. This is the season 3 of this series, and this one we're going to be doing Hayao Miyazaki, which we have been doing the last couple of weeks that we did. Actually, how long have we been doing Hayao Miyazaki? I think I started doing him a few months ago. But this is the fifth. I think this is the fifth episode. But this is the book I use as a reference. He has a bunch of art in here from his work. It's actually from the Academy Museum, so if you guys want to visit, you can get this in the bookshop. I'm not sure if they have like an online store or anything like that. They might, which would be available. But this is a great book. I love it. I think it's so nice. I'm not sure how much longer the Miyazaki exhibit is going to be up in the Academy Museum, but it's so nice. If you get the chance, check it out. No one's allowed to photograph in there, so you wouldn't be able to see any of it if you don't actually go in there. So I do hope that you do decide. I think we're going to do characters again. I liked doing characters. I did a few the first time. Actually, the first episode was characters, but I think I did a scene from Spirited Away, which was the like the tunnel bridge, which was leading into the spirit world. So I did that one, and that one took a while. That one took like at least 3 different videos to do that one. I'm looking at some Princess Mononoke art. We haven't done any from that movie. The last one was from Kiki's Delivery Service. So I think we'll do... So we did Kiki's Delivery Service. We did My Neighbor Totoro was the first one. Oh, this is really cool. This is also from My Neighbor Totoro, but I think we will do a character from Princess Mononoke. Let's see if I can find a nice image that I like. I really like this image. This is really nice. That's good. I think that's done with watercolor and pencil. I have in mind to do... Yeah, let's do this character. Let's do this character. Hayao Miyazaki, Princess Mononoke, image board, San character design. So this one is San. And this one. So we're gonna do this one today, and we'll see where we end up, how far we can get. It's a pretty simple design. That's no offense. It's just not anything crazy. It's just kind of simple. So let's see what we can do. I'm gonna put this book away and we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna share this to my computer and I'm gonna open up let's see, put my sketchbooks, cartooning, opening up my template now so I can begin sketching. Let's see if I have a Studying the Masters folder, which I should have in here somewhere. I have so many folders. Need to eventually get these things like under a tighter wrap because there's a lot. Where's my templates? Gonna change my view so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. wonder why this one is blank. There must be something there, isn't there? No, it's nothing there. So you know what? I'm going to use this. I'm going to rotate this. And let's see. Alright, I think this will work. I have not seen this movie yet. I know, I don't know what year it came out. What year did it come out? It had to be at least in the 90s. Princess, 1997. Ah, I figured it seems like a 90s type movie. You like my mug? It's Ursula, the Sea Witch. Alright, so this is San. Alright, San, let's see what we can do with you. My pen, and I'm going to start off the same way I always do. I'm going to do like a nice little loose sketch. I think it's kind of nice that it's kind of a good thing, because everything that I've done pretty much so far has been characters that I'm like a fan of, as far as like doing the Mary Blair, and what did I do before that? All the ones I did before that were like Disney visual development stuff. It was stuff that I was really more of a fan of. I think it's kind of interesting that I'm less familiar with this. It kind of takes the, what is it, the familiarity away, which can be a good thing, because it makes me kind of, alright, I know there's a huge fan base, so I better make sure I do a good job. And I'm not like terribly familiar with doing anime like personally, so that kind of gives me a little bit of a challenge as well. So I kind of have to think a little bit more. These characters aren't terribly anime styled. Oops. So that does kind of help that they're not, you know, so much the same as like what you would typically see, especially nowadays. There's this other shoulder, but it's kind of behind. I'm assuming this is a boy. It's hard to tell. It looks like a young boy. I'm thinking like Peter Pan-ish. Young, like 14, looks like, would be my guess for the age. And if I was newer at this, let me just show you guys. I would do the same thing like I did for doing the model sheet, which I was doing yesterday, I would draw a line to make sure, oops, that I was kind of keeping in balance up and down and across. Oops, did I copy that? How did that happen? That was a shortcut. I didn't even know how I did that. But basically I would want to keep that balance. Alright. Go back to this. I think the head is probably going to be more of where the challenge is for this one. For me. So I'm going to delete that very upper part. This character is similar to. It seems like there's always like this sort of teen boy somewhere in these Miyazaki films. I'm not the expert, but it just seemed like that's kind of a recurring theme. There's like this lost teenage boy. Maybe that's is reflective of Miyazaki himself. I don't know. But there seems to be some sort of a theme with that. Even if they're not like the main characters, they kind of show up. I think most of the main characters are like young girl, 12-ish age. This character's not smiling. The eyebrows are actually like more aggressive, pointed more down, defensive. Low hanging ears. That's one thing I noticed with anime, like these bigger, low hanging ears. I'm not sure what to make of this person. What would I guess? I would guess this person lives like somewhere in the forest. Is like a scavenger of some sort, or like probably with some sort of magic powers or ability. I'm totally guessing. What else would I guess? At some point, I would think this character has like a turning point where they become softened to the idea of love or family or some sort of until we just going just based off of the character design what I would think would happen in the story. Because they seem guarded at this point. And if there's one thing about features, there has to be some kind of character growth or like journey. You don't just stay. I mean, it's not like a series where you're just gonna stay where you. The characters are not gonna stay where you find them. They're gonna have to evolve in some way. This one has a knife. Probably because they're, in my theory, a scavenger, and you would need a knife to get yourself out of trouble and to find food and whatnot. The neck is longer, I think, than I realized before. Some interesting shoes. It's almost like when you just start playing in World of Warcraft and you get those little light leather shoes. That's what it reminds me of. That's how I think. They're like the level 12 sandal. The face, I feel like, is not angled at the right angle I would like it to be. So I'm gonna delete that. Like the face is a little bit more forward facing than I initially put it. Just a little bit more. And the neck, because of this thing, I didn't consider the room that was needed for that wolf garment he has on his back. So, neck's a little longer. Also making him look a little older. So we get a longer neck as we're like getting into our later adolescence into adulthood. Little kids have a shorter neck. Let's see. He's not looking right at you. He's kind of gazing off. Just almost at you. Some serious like frownage going on. Trying to like problem solve in my head, like where things go. This eye feels way further than I drew it initially. Should be way further back there. I guess I didn't realize that. The eyes are quite a bit further apart than I initially was realizing. And the face, the head shape is also wider. Trying to figure out like what I'm missing. I've never drawn this character before, so his hair feels too big. Kind of big at the top. It feels too wide. might be ready to start putting a cleaner layer up. Get some more details in here. Let's see what I can do about the face. I just if this black is too harsh, I like a nice dark brown would be better. Now it's like focus time. Now it's like really problem solving time. It's like the dark area of the eye that's really huge. Not necessarily the white. Like you would think just the eyeball itself would be like the biggest part, but it's actually because the pupil is so big that makes the eyes look big. Let's see. These are kind of interesting too. It's not just like straightforward. It's like a little bit of stuff going on here. For my own sanity, I'm just going to try to color them in a little bit here. Figure out how they work. trying to figure out this character. Let's see if we can actually pull it off. I know this isn't the most exciting part, but I have to focus. I'm trying to get it right. No promises, but I'm gonna try. Hopefully, we will triumph. The face is much more complicated than I realized initially. Seems very simple, but it's just little tiny things, and I'm gonna have to play with it some more to just try and get it to be more on model, I guess. It's just a little bit tricky. This is where sometimes when you get in a bit of a pickle like this, sometimes it does help to actually do a tracing to kind of see like what the original artist was doing, where those lines are being made. Right now I'm just eyeballing it, but to get a more accurate one I would probably try to trace it and then go back and eyeball it again. You don't want the tracing to be like your final drawing, you just want it to help you understand what's happening. And hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Getting text messages. Let's see. All right, it's coming. It's coming along. Let's see. My birthday's coming up. I know I feel like a kid whenever I tell people about my birthday. I'm like, it's my birthday. But next Friday, 1 week from today, will be my birthday, and I'm excited. I'm hoping I can go to Disneyland. That's my hope. Not 100% it's gonna happen just yet. I don't get to go to Disneyland very often. Actually didn't go to Disneyland for the first time till like last year as like a non-employee. I actually worked there for a short time, but I never got to really go in the park. I got to do like a little, like sort of a miniature walk around, and like, like feeling what it's like to be actual, customer. But that was only for one day, like a short half, not even a full day, half a day. And other than that, I had never been into Disneyland. I've been to Disney World though a few times because I'm an East Coaster. But Disneyland is new for me. I go to downtown Disney a lot because I like being there. You see, even when I'm doing anime, I can't help but talk about Disney stuff. I can't help it. It's my thing. But anyway, I do hope to go there next week. Hopefully, yeah, if all goes well, it'll happen. It's like an armband here. Ooh, this child is skinny. I don't know too many of the anime children who are not skinny though. Ash wouldn't be catching too many guys if he was, if he wasn't. Instead of his name being Ash Ketchum, it would be Ash. They got away. That was a horrible mom joke, but I don't mind. I don't mind telling mom jokes. Alrighty. Let's see. There's like a strap here for this. I actually thought about the costume, like how it works, which I like. I liked that kind of attention to detail because I like to do the same thing. When I'm designing character and thinking about their costume, I like to think like it has to be like, it has to make sense, it has to be functional. Like, how would this actually fit on the character? And that's something to think about. Like, how does this how do they actually put it on? If they were to do so. And I get this like scratchy look. I'm using a regular brush. It's just on dissolve. So this option right here gives you the option. If it was normal, it'd be coming out like that. But I have it on dissolve, which I like. It gives it more of that pencil-y feel. Strap for that knife holster. She's holding the knife, so it doesn't need to be in the holster at the moment. Alright, so Knuckles here. Oh, speaking of Knuckles, the Sonic movie's coming out soon. Today. It come out today. How about that? I know my son really wants to see it. We might wait. And my mom wants to see it as well, and she'll be here in a few days. So we'll see if we actually wait for her or not. Hopefully. I think it's going to be a good one. I really do. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm live. Alright. Let's see. The original drawing is really sketchy. Like it's done with pencil and watercolor, it looks like a lot of their visual development stuff. The shoes are like thick looking. It's little World of Warcraft sandal things. They look so thick. Definitely made with fabric. And the second foot is really not shown well in the picture. I'm just going to have to kind of wing it and use my own estimation of what I feel like they would look like. They're definitely not giving me much to work with in the original sketch. The shoe is like cut off. Apologize again. I do have a bit of a cold still, so my voice isn't as clear and projected as probably should be. It's like a wolf skin on the back. With a tail included. Is this where furries came from? I don't know. Alright. The face. Face doesn't look right. I think the head is too big. I think that might be the problem. The head feels too big. It's at least part of the problem. And I feel like the body should be a little bit longer. I feel like the neck should be longer too. There's more of a sense of authority or something. Or maturity slash authority. And this comes up, will come up higher then. So other side. That feels better. There's even a little bit more like definition with the muscle. Not a whole lot, but definitely something there. This kid like works out. Something. This doesn't really show in the model. I feel like the fur or something has to be there. And there's the grass in the back, which is not really done with the ink, but alright, let's see what we can do with color. Alright, let's see what we can do. The eyes are too big also. The eyes and the eyebrows. Let's go in. Go in. These seem bigger than they actually are. Get rid of these eyebrows too. I'm just going to bring them down actually. Way down. Oh, we're going to get rid of them. feel better about this. I'm basically going to first just do like a color wrap. It'll be all the same color, and then I'll change stuff around. But I want to get that first. It's easier, I think, to just block in where color is going to be. I want to start with the skin color though. Orange. Pink. Feels right. Let's see. I wish I had fun facts. I don't have any. Not for this category. That's why I was thinking that maybe I should cut the Hayao Miyazaki short. Just because I'm coming in as sort of a noob. I don't know all the information. I'm interested in the art. But it's not like me talking about Disney where I could just go on for hours. So I'm wondering. We'll see. We shall see whether or not this is helpful. I'm one big experiment. That is a fact. All right. I reckon that I'll have a lot more mental free space to talk more once I block out these colors. But right now I'm just trying to it still takes a lot of focus, just okay, let me grab this area. A fly got in somehow. It's bothering me. Alright. Alright, almost there. Blocking all the colors. Alright, let's see where we're at. First thing I'm going to do is lighten up this area of the eye. Nice, very light pink color. Still, it's weird. Your eyes are the same as flesh. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna make a clipping mask to change some of the colors around. Well, this makes it a lot easier to not have to go exactly on. Now I can just kind of a little bit more freedom with it. It's way lighter. Alright, what else can I grab? There should be pale or green, almost white, not quite though. Not so cool either. I should have someone questioning me while I do this. Let me think of my own questions. How long did it take you to learn how to draw? I'm still learning. That is like a lifelong journey. Till I felt comfortable. I don't know. I think that's a journey too. I think in a way I've always felt comfortable drawing, but at the same time you get more, the more you draw, the more comfortable you feel doing it. The more things you draw, the more comfortable you feel. After, even now, if it's been a while, I'll feel like you feel the rust if you haven't taken the time to like draw in a long time. You will feel it, unfortunately, but at the same time it's fortunate because it's like a reminder of like, oh, I don't want to get rusty, so let me make sure that I put in my time to practice today, do something a little bit challenging or whatever. It's a reminder for sure. Another question. Why don't you like anime? I've answered that question before. It's because I was traumatized by the anime version of The Little Mermaid when I was very young. And ever since I have taken a disliking or not disliking, that's too harsh, but like it just hasn't been for me since then. Next question. What is your favorite type of animation then? Well, that's easy. I love Disney, I love classic animation, I love Warner Brothers stuff. I love smart animation too, when it's not just like, you know, I guess, predictable. I like a story with like some depth. It definitely has to mean something. I don't like it when it's just kind of shallow. Just like a whole studio that does like really shallow type of stuff, and I'm just not a fan of that type of thing. There's probably many studios that do a lot of shallow stuff. And I don't mean like kids entertainment. I don't feel like that's shallow. I feel like it's shallow when they're like when they intentionally don't give a lot of attention to storylines or character concepts, or when it's more about just getting an easy laugh than it is about the story. That's when I feel like it's like, kind of feels, you feel cheapened, or like you feel cheated. I do anyway. Movies, like live action movies, do the same thing too. They can do the same thing. For sure. Let's see. I just want to get the local color before I do any added things. Make those a little bit lighter. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to get all the local color in. Just using that lasso tool. And I didn't draw the rest of this. I can do that after. Alright. Now that that's there, I think I can also see a little bit better too. I'm gonna make another clipping mask and do a little bit of color variation. See. Hopefully can get some nice bits of color variation without too much of a hassle. Let's see what we got. All right. see. Trying to like think what I need. Maybe too extreme there. Seems about right. This will probably need a couple of colors here in the front, just because it varies so much. What else? Just trying to think what we need here. There's definitely some variation over here. More of a greenish, yellowish. And draw here. This part needs to change color. I need to go back to the line. It's this. Actually, some of the scratchiness that's in here. just want to like emulate some of just the style things that are happening. Feels kind of in line with what I'm trying to get. I'm going to change the background color. Give it a creamish. And let's see if I can find a nice not quite what I want. I think this is what I want, but like and for the bottom, the grass. to make it, give it like a couple of other touches to make it look more like the original art. I'm gonna add like a white gradient. I'm gonna also open paper. I have paper texture. I'll add like a watercolor texture over it too. It'll give it more of that original look. So like I said, the concept art is done. That 90-degree angle. Put that on multiply. Turn the opacity down a bit. And that'll give it also a little bit of that original look. Maybe even, I'm going to take the whole thing. Add everything to a group. Duplicate that. Merge the group. And let's see, image. I'm going to make another copy too. Image adjustment. Hue saturation. Put that on colorize. Take the opacity down. That also gives it the different, like a vintage look. I kind of like that. So playing around with it, you can make a lot of things. You can recreate almost anything. I can go ahead and fix his little knife here. Give him that tribal color that he has there. This is how I do it. Of course you can do however you like, however you see fit. Actually put this on multiply. But this is how I would do it. This is the character from, let's find it. Let's find it again. Princess Mononoke. The character is Shin, I think. Is that right? Yeah, or San. My bad. I hope you guys enjoyed this studying the masters. This was a nice, like, sort of a learning experience for me, and hopefully for you as well, on how to recreate some of your favorite characters and learn. I think the bigger, more important part than recreating the characters is learning how that artist initially did it. I mean, of course, I could go on and like, I would add even some more things to make it feel even more kind of like that original character. Let's see. Just because it was done with a watercolor paper and there's like these little spots here and there. But you can play with it for sure. Kind of get it to be where you would want it to be. As far as recreating some of your favorite works. Hope you guys enjoyed just studying the masters. My name is Alicia. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I said that like 5 times. But I will see you guys next time. Alright? Be grateful. Live balanced. Be yourself. And have a great, great weekend. Alright, guys? See you in the next video. Have a great one. Bye-bye.